Welcome to a balmy day on Vancouver Island. Today is, I think it's January 26th. It could be the 27th already, I'm not really sure. I'm going to take you on a tour of our backyard garden in winter. Here is a quick overview of the backyard. In this corner, we have a 5-variety cherry tree. And coming this way, this is our bank that was recently converted in 2022 from a whole invasive bank of cotton Easter shrub to gravel, mulch, and ground cover city. There are so many ground covers here, and I'm going to do a full ground cover tour in the spring so you can see them in all their glory. They're pretty tiny right now, but they're going to take off this year, I'm pretty sure. Coming this way on the bank, the shrub that you can see is right in front of you. Shouldn't point, but that is a 9-bark. And over here, this tree is my 5-variety plum tree. Coming over here, we have some of the only plants that are thriving right now in the wintertime, which is bizarre. These are my Dusty Millers. I planted them last spring. I've got a whole border of them, and they are doing better in winter than they have done ever since I planted them. Kind of unusual, kind of weird. We have had snow up to minus 15 degrees Celsius when it was snowing and freezing, but it's actually pretty warm now. It's about 7 degrees Celsius. But check out the border. It's pretty dormant right now, but we'll have some action in about a month or so. Emerald cedars, boxwoods, my 5-variety. No, this is a coconut ice peach tree. That's what it is. And over here, we have a western red cedar, and this is a Desert King fig tree that was beside it is another western red cedar. And in this little side border, we have daffodils just starting to poke through with some leopard's bane putting on fresh new growth. A bunch of autumn joy sedum that has started growing. I still have to cut it back on my to-do list. Lots of fresh spring growth, daylilies popping up. Coming this way, we've got my rose bushes all trimmed up. And let me introduce you to a piece of garden art. This is a little turtle that I picked up at a thrift store, and I absolutely love it. You can't really tell in the camera, but in the sunlight, this is all shimmery and it's really, really beautiful. This is my bigger, more productive Desert King fig tree. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I live on central Vancouver Island, garden hardiness zone 7 to 8. And I make YouTube videos about my adventures in my garden. You may see my supervisor throughout many of my videos, my golden retriever who gets into trouble all the time. And if you like this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Coming this way, the lawn needs a lot of work when you have a dog, and it's fall and winter, it gets pretty beat up. So I've got a lot of reseeding and patchy work to do, but that will come in time. Here is a fig tree. This was planted just last year from my parents' garden. You could call it a rescue tree when they renovated their garden. It didn't produce figs last year, but I'm hopeful this coming season it will produce something. And And coming up this way, this is my ginormous rock rose, the first one I ever planted here. This garden is 9 years old to me and 15 years old to the time it was constructed. So that gives you an idea. This rock rose is about 7 or 8 years old, I would say. Very established. I cut it back tremendously about a week ago or less. Gets beautiful orange flowers. This is my gravel pathway. Lots of creeping and crawling plants going up here. Autumn joy sedums. Blueberry bushes. A lush bush with some very vibrant bark. I love the red bark on these blueberries. And a Japanese maple. The whole yard back border is surrounded by emerald cedar trees. And they are about 9 years old. These boxwoods, on the other hand, I think they're boxwoods, they might be something else. They're some kind of boxwood. Are closer to 15 years old, and they're quite unique because the soil in this yard was so poor when we moved in, almost nothing would grow. If you look carefully, there's a huge size difference between my boxwoods. I'll give you a different angle from the start of them all the way across the border. This isn't really the best angle, but this one is so tiny and the other ones are so huge compared. It just won't grow. When we had cotton Easter on this bank for about 8.5 years, so it was there probably about 14 or 15 years, it would suck up all the water and nutrients from a good part of the backyard, and a lot of other plants, shrubs, trees didn't want to grow very well. And the boxwoods were so close to it that they took a really big hit. So I'm hoping with the cotton Easter gone, or so-called gone, we hope it doesn't come back, that the boxwoods are finally going to grow properly. Fingers crossed. There you have one of my 2 5 variety apple trees. You may have seen Mr. Zipper monkey into the viewfinder. There's one, and there's the other one. This one is a miracle tree. If I have a picture, I'll insert it here of what happened to it the first growing season. It was mauled, most likely by this man, we don't know for sure, down to just a little tiny stump that was like maybe 4 to 6 inches tall at the most. I took a picture because I thought it was going to die. My dad convinced me to keep it in the ground and don't pull it out, and the tree survived, which was amazing. And instead of being tall, it grew wide and produces really well. So don't give up on your trees if they have trauma. Over here we have a barberry bush, a blueberry bush with a similar history to the apple tree, another barberry bush, and a blueberry bush. My monstrous bamboo. This came down in the recent snow around Christmas, this huge branch. And I don't know if you can tell just how big it is. It is pretty darn tall. I'm going to say that's like 15 feet. It might be taller. I'm going to save it, cut off the foliage, and use it for a trellis situation. I might even cut some more bamboo and add it, like some super tall ones, to some kind of climbing situation for peas, beans, possibly other climbing plants, but this is definitely going to be put to good use. And just a little overview of the garden. This is my back vegetable garden with massive raspberry canes in the middle that I didn't prune and need to prune. This is my overgrown kale plant, which I could definitely be harvesting from still, and I probably should. It's looking pretty lush. I have no good reason not to be harvesting these. So it's kind of all over here, coming out. And this green onion, oh my god, this looks so healthy. I should probably pick this and put it in a salad tonight. It looks so good. And this is a little rose. I decided to put a cutting in when I did some trimming recently. My Hascat berries, oh my goodness. Look here, if my camera will focus, they have, whoa. Come on, focus. Focus camera. Oops, we're playing with the colors. The camera is a little funky, but this Hascat berry has green buds on it. I am shocked. Nothing else. My other Hascat berry actually does too. I think I've got 4 of them. I'm very shocked. Another one here. I guess spring is here. I don't know why my camera isn't focusing. Come on, focus. Yeah, I gotta play with those macro settings. So I guess spring is here, even though it is January, or this is our false spring probably. There's another green onion. And another quick little overview of the yard. My color is looking a little funny on the camera now. I hope you enjoyed today's little January garden tour. I'm gonna see if I can create this video without editing too much. I might edit a little bit, but it might be fun to see some of the things that I usually edit out. So we'll see how much editing happens. If you are a subscriber here, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate everyone very much, and I read all of the comments and try to reply back to everyone who has said something. It makes my day. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and we will see you very soon in another video. Bye for now.